common mistakes that Muslims make during the month of Ramadan and in their fasting. Of the common mistakes that are made during the month of Ramadan is for somebody to fast with their stomach, but to ignore their eyes, their ears, and their tongues. There's a difference between siyam, which is an obligation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and sawm, which is an active process. See, siyam is passive. Kutiba alaykum siyam. It's something that's been ordered upon you. You don't have a choice. Allah said no food, no drink, and no intimate contact with your spouse from when the sun rises to when the sun sets. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then gives you other opportunities to make sawm, to do an active process that increases the productivity of your passive siyam. This is where the Prophet ﷺ says that the one who is not going to leave off falsehood of their speech, words of vulgarity, words of mistrust, words of sinful statements, then Allah has no need for them to leave off their food and their drink. What reward is there for them? They will not be held accountable for not having fasted, but they will not be given the reward of having fasted. See, there's a difference between being held accountable for missing your siyam and actually gaining the reward of your siyam. And of the common mistakes that Muslims make at times is that they will fast with their body or their stomach, but they ignore the other excesses in their life and maintain a lifestyle that continually takes away and tarnishes the good deeds from their life. I was asked a question by a young Muslim, and he said to me, Shaykh, I miss sometimes my prayer. Why should I fast if I miss my prayer? I say, no, you fast because fasting is an independent deed to your salah. Your salah doesn't break your fasting if it hasn't been maintained, but it does take away of the reward of your fasting. You don't want to make two mistakes. So fasting is independent, but you need to add to it the good things that give you a greater and more holistic reward. So the Prophet ﷺ warned us about our tongue and our ears and our eyes. كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ عَنْهُ مَسْئُولًا. Allah says in Surah Al-Isra, your hearing, your sight, and all of the intentions even of your heart that are evil towards others and malice-filled, all of it you will be held accountable for. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to fast with more than just our stomach, that we go beyond being in a state of siyam to being of those who are active with our sawm, thinking of ways that we can increase our fasting. There are 3 levels to fasting. The fasting of the awam, the general public, no food, no drink, and no intimacy. Then there's the fasting of the khawas, those who have a special connection with Allah, where they restrict their limbs, their eyes, their ears, their tongue from saying things and doing things with their body that aren't right. Then there is the fasting of the elite, which is the fasting of the heart, that you begin measuring even the impulses and the desires of your heart and try to restrain them from that which is forbidden. Allahumma ameen. May Allah help us overcome our own selves and evilness that we may bring into our world by misunderstanding the importance of restricting more than just our food and drink intake. Allahumma ameen.
Subscribe to this channel, share this video, and click on the bell icon so that you can be notified with every new video at FaithIQ. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.